Number 14, roadblock. Word to the wise, if you come across something like this in the middle of the road, do not get out of your vehicle. Published in September of 2012, the uploader writes that this took place in Russia near St. Petersburg. The dashcam footage shows a couple vehicles happening upon a homemade roadblock at night. The roadblock consists of large glass bottles, along with what looks to be a fallen branch. The driver in the vehicle ahead of this dashcam pulls to the side of the road and exits her vehicle to remove the bottles. The dashcam vehicle driver gets out to help while removing the debris. You can see a car approaching in the opposite direction and a couple of other people at the side of the road walking toward the roadblock. One of them appears to be dragging something like a push cart. The pair seems to be without a vehicle, but it's unclear if they had any part in creating this roadblock. The drivers then simply pass the spot. No ambush of any kind. My money's on your everyday hooliganism. But who really knows the intent of those who created this barricade? All I know is, it wasn't a great idea to exit the vehicle, because if the intent was more evil than just mischievous, this could have ended a lot worse. Number 13, just standing motionless. Another figure in the middle of the road at night. Dave World published this video in February of 2019, claiming he caught a ghost on dashcam. He writes, just standing in the middle of the road motionless. The clip shows the car ahead moving into the other lane to avoid a man in blue jeans and a black shirt frozen in the road. While most in the comments say that this figure is a real person, not a ghost, it's still creepy, not to mention dangerous. To encounter a person in the middle of the road at night, what is he doing there? Just trying to creep drivers out? Or something more nefarious? Only he knows. All I know is that I would never want to encounter something like this while driving. Number 12, cross paths with the paranormal. You're cruising along when, out of nowhere, in the middle of the road, this makes an appearance. UK07 Rider published this paranormal footage in February of 2018. Ryder posted that he was heading to a wedding around 10 p.m. and went to take a shortcut when he crossed paths with the paranormal. I couldn't understand what it was he wrote. I was scared, so I headed back to my home. Ryder appears to be riding a motorcycle when the typical looking ghost floats past. Take a closer look at what he captured on film. Many in the comments of this video believe this ghost is real, as it doesn't cast a shadow. Others think it's fake because it appears to be holding a light, maybe a flashlight or a phone or something to illuminate him, and still others find the fact that the YouTuber was attending a wedding at 10 p.m. unbelievable, while still more think turning back to go home, which was down the same road as the ghost, seems an odd choice, especially when scared. What do you think? Either way, the encounter was very bizarre, and I hope to never have a similar experience. Number 11, truck flame ghost. This is what happens when you leave flammable liquids in your vehicle. Police happened upon a parked car in flames around 7:25 p.m. It was located on a hill near a roundabout. In the back of the vehicle, fuel jerry cans. The police couldn't put out the flames, but closed the streets and evacuated the area within 50 meters of the truck with aid from area residents. The whole vehicle was engulfed in 5-meter flames. That's over 16 feet. The handbrake was so hot that the cable disengaged. As you can see in the footage, the police rush out of the way as the ghost truck, a blaze, starts to roll. The vehicle, out of control, rolled downhill, plowed through the roundabout, and ran into an area apartment complex. One police officer is seen rushing after it as the fiery blaze from its earlier parking spot climbs higher. Luckily, the vehicle's flame only entered a single unit of the building and was contained within the main bedroom, which was soon put out. The truck flames didn't hurt anyone, but it probably gave a few of the witnesses nightmares. Number 10, blocked. Nighttime drives often lead to some creepy encounters. This one comes from a YouTuber who published his creepy nighttime drive in February of 2015. He He is driving down an unknown dark road when a strange figure blocks his path. Though its clothing choice is certainly bizarre, what I find especially creepy is his glowing green eyes. The figure tries to chase the YouTuber away, but in a turn of events you rarely see in these types of videos, the driver decides to chase down the figure, who has no choice but to run in the other direction. The identity of this thing was never determined, but nevertheless, it's not something you would want to encounter on your creepy nighttime drive. Number 8. Sarah Stern's car. Imagine encountering an abandoned silver Oldsmobile 88 on the highway at night. That's what happened in this video on a bridge along Route 35 in Belmar, New Jersey. At 2:45 a.m., the found car, the keys of which were still in the ignition, launched the search for its owner, 19-year-old Sarah Stern, but she was never found. Two of Sarah's friends were also part of the search party. The pair would later be charged in her passing. The Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office alleges that the young woman had her life taken in her home. The pair then allegedly drove Sarah to the bridge where her car was found and disposed of her in the Shark River below. One of the men had spent 6 months or more planning the event. Quoted in the New York Post, Sarah Stern's father said of the horrifying event, "The most important thing is to get justice for Sarah. She was a great kid, and this should have never happened like this." Number 7. The Chase. Would you dare drive down a haunted road? This footage was published by Stromedy in February of 2019. The video opens on the YouTuber and his crew outside at night on Clinton Road in New Jersey. This 10-mile road on Route 23 is purportedly haunted, but not only have people seen paranormal stuff, the road and surrounding woods is also said to be a gathering place for the most nefarious of people. The 2-lane highway is not maintained and was long unpaved, as the surrounding area is woodland and few residents live near the road. Along Clinton Road, there's a double intersection at a crossroads with Route 23. The local police chief said of Clinton Road, "It's a long, desolate stretch. It makes the imagination go nuts." Now let's see how nuts the imagination can get. One frightening true story involves the discovery of a body in 1983 near the roadside in the woods. A cycling is said to have happened upon the body after spotting vultures. We turn to YouTuber Stromedy, who in this clip is crazy enough to take a turn down this haunted road. Stromedy says being here does give him a creepy vibe. Once the pair get in the vehicle and are driving down the road, the car appears to be malfunctioning. The YouTuber says the car just shut off on its own, and you can see emergency lights blinking in the dashboard. They get it started back up again. Later in the day, they decide to park the car and get out to walk along the road for a bit. When they do, they see lights in the distance down the road. As they focus in, they see the lights belong to people, and those people, well, they start chasing them. The pair race back to their car, roll up their windows, and then suddenly one of those in pursuit of them jumps onto the windshield of their vehicle. They back up until the guy rolls off their windshield and then start driving forward again, leaving the masked man behind. What were those creeps doing on Clinton Road that night? Are they just some kids trying to frighten drivers, or could they be something more to fear? Considering the mystery of the road, I wouldn't be surprised. Number 6. Saudi Arabia Witch. If someone or something was standing in the middle of the road at night, what would you do? This clip was filmed in Saudi Arabia. Sitting in the middle of the road, in the lotus position, is said to be a witch. The car's lights shine brightly upon her, as other cars can be seen pulling to the side of the road to photograph this strange phenomena. Some men have exited their vehicles to try to talk to her, probably to tell her to get out of the road, with one of the men appearing angry and waving an arm. The witch responds by crossing and then spreading her arms. Did she curse him? Only time will tell. Number 5. Lady on Zigzag Road. Some roads necessitate a detour. This is one of them. A haunted road in the Philippines has produced many sightings of the lady. The infamous old Zigzag Road is no exception. One viral video showed a lady in a multi-cab around midnight, and the uploader warned viewers to beware of driving in the area. The lady appeared with long dark hair, and the driver of the vehicle immediately slowed down out of fear so the vehicle could pass further ahead. Local legend tells that the lady often hitchhikes, catching a ride with passing cars. There have also been claims that when driving alone, she might appear out of thin air inside your vehicle before disappearing again at the end of Zigzag Road. This clip shows not only this sighting, but footage by a paranormal expert verifying mysterious accounts of activity on Zigzag Road. Would you drive down this road? I sure wouldn't. Number 4. Highway Apparition. This may just be the highway you never want to drive on. CH3 Thailand published this feature in May of 2018, writing, "Over the weekend, Thai social media users widely shared a clip of a mysterious man appearing in the middle of the highway in the middle of the night. After appearing for a moment, this figure then vanishes as the car passes. To me, this is one of the more convincing apparitions on this list, especially considering the figure doesn't move an inch with a car speeding directly towards it. Some believe the figure is, in fact, a ghost. Others think it's a reflection from the car's mirrors and windows. What do you think?" Number 3. Old Man in White. Well, this one purports again to be a ghost. It appears to be an old man walking unevenly, dressed all in white. This creepy night drive footage was published in March of 2016 entitled, "Real Ghost Caught on Camera in Indian Street." In the darkness of night, the driver comes upon a figure walking incredibly bow-legged and using a cane. We only see the back of the figure, but it appears to be a man, and likely an old man at that. He is walking in a strange fashion, sideways across the road with the headlights cast at his back. While most in the comments of this video think it's no ghost, just a grandpa walking home. Either way, this man would be a scary figure to cross paths with in moonlight. Number 2. Strange Behavior. Although this video purports to show a real ghost in the road, it looks like this figure walking on the shoulder at night is just a real person displaying some odd behavior. Published in September of 2018, this footage follows a lady in a headscarf and what appears to be a sari or some other kind of long, colorful garment. Strangely, the figure is walking on the dirt shoulder of the road at night, sometimes bending over to assumedly pick something up off the roadside, other times disappearing from view as she walks further from the roadside. Well, this behavior is certainly strange enough. At one point, she walks right out into the middle of the road. At another, she bends towards a tree, placing both hands on it. What she might be doing is anybody's guess. Whether this is a real person or a ghost, it appears that she could use some assistance. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. Are you curious about what I look like in real life? Then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT to find out. Do you like my narrations? If you answered yes, then tap the follow button and thank you for your support. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way, you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1. Cop catches ghost. No matter how brave you are, sometimes an uncanny sighting can really shake you to your core. A cop captured just such a sighting in the darkness of night. The footage was caught on dashcam in February of 2001 shortly after midnight. As you can see, the road this cop was traveling is very dark and in a remote forested area. After rounding a bend, the vehicle appears to pass through a vapor-like figure. The figure even seems to have an effect on the vehicle's driving. The car juts quickly to the left, maybe to avoid the ghostly vapor, and then after correcting himself, the driver slows down and pulls over to the side of the road. The brave officer turns around and creeps back up the road a short ways, which is when he spots a figure plain as day crossing the road. He pulls further forward, trying to get a closer look at the sighting, but the paranormal being has vanished. I don't know about you, but if I'd just driven through a ghost, there's no way I'd turn back around to face it a second time.